everyone, and welcome to Living Healthy and Aging Well. My name is Ken Haglund, and we are broadcasting from the AM 950 radio station that overlooks beautiful Bryant Lake Regional Park, located in Eden Prairie, Minnesota. It is another wonderful day here in the Twin Cities, and I am so grateful to be here with you today. And I hope all of you listening are doing well. We are on the air every Saturday from noon to 1 to talk about your health and your life. We cover a wide range of topics to help you and your loved ones improve and enjoy your quality of life. We have another great show for you today. Joining me in a few minutes will be Peter Theron, owner of 101 Mobility of Eden Prairie. And he is here to discuss different home safety products to help you restore your independence and freedom. From grab bars to elevators, these solutions help support older adults age in place and live well at home. 101 Mobility has an array of safety solutions and provides free home consultations. You will enjoy listening to my conversation today with Peter Theron. And for you adult children that are concerned about your parents, this is a great show to listen to. I want to thank all of you that leave us messages on our radio show phone line. We appreciate hearing from you, and we welcome your comments, questions, and topics for future shows. Also, if you are interested in being a guest on our radio show, please call or text us at 612-999-3426. You can also contact us on our website at livinghealthyradio.com. There you can find information about upcoming guests as well as listen to our previous shows. And we look forward to hearing from you. Also, we are adding new listeners to the show each week, not only here in the Twin Cities of Minnesota, but also throughout the country. You can find podcasts for all of our radio shows on the AM 950 radio website. And we can also be found on iTunes, Spotify, and many other podcast and streaming services. And you can also watch our broadcast live on the radio station's Facebook page at AM 950 Radio. If you have a question for us today, there are two ways to reach us. First, you can call the AM 950 radio station, and our friendly show engineer, Patrick, will get your call in the air. Our phone number is 952-946-6205. Once again, 952-946-6205, or you can directly text us your questions at 612-999-3426. Now, don't worry. If you missed our contact numbers, I'll repeat them throughout the show. Also, please don't wait till the show's ended to call or text us with your questions. We often receive many of the same questions after the show has ended. So if you have a question, many others do as well. So please try and contact us during the show. And we look forward to answering your questions today. All right. I would like to welcome my guest for today's show. Been looking forward to having Peter on the show here for a while. Peter Theron, owner of 101 Mobility of Eden Prairie. Welcome to the show, Peter.
Hey, thanks, Ken. Appreciate you having me.
Oh, this is great. I'm trying to think here. I've been doing this 7 years. I've interviewed hundreds of people. I'm trying to think if I've ever had anybody on the show that really focused on safety at home, helping people stay in their homes. Great service that you've got here, and we'll get into that here later in the show. But the audience loves to know who is on my show. So would you please share about your background and maybe how you ended up getting involved and starting your own business?
Yeah, I'm a local kid, grew up in the Twin Cities. I worked in corporate America in healthcare for over 10 years, and I had this itch to help people in my local community throughout Minnesota, and I wanted to do something entrepreneurial, and so got into this business of helping people stay safe at their home and age in place.
I tell you, that is one of the things that in our practice as in hospice, people just want to be at home, and nothing wrong with we have great communities. I mean, probably Minnesota has some of the best communities, senior communities, assisted living facilities. I mean, just it's amazing, and they keep popping up everywhere you turn,
Yep.
which is great. But I know from experience over the last 10 years, when we talk to families, or if people are, a lot of times people go to the Sun Belt, or they go to Florida or somewhere to retire. But when it gets to be at the end of life, or in their elder years, they always come back home. And there's something about home, and we encourage that. I mean, people have been in their homes sometimes sometimes people have been in their homes for generations. The home is passed down.
Absolutely.
And so they want to stay there. They got all their friends, the connections, everything's close by, and there's just something about home. And you can make home anywhere, but sometimes when you've got people that just really like where they're living, it sure helps to do things, especially on older homes. They really weren't accommodating for seniors, or people that may have some mobility limitations or things. So it's a perfect time to have the emphasis that you're doing with helping people just stay in their homes a little longer.
Yeah, it's a growing need, and there's a lot of people that I meet that have been in their home for 40 years, and they don't want to leave. And to your point about there are a lot of nice communities, but people achieve the best health outcomes when they are at home. But not only do you get to stay in your home, but you also get to live longer, the longer you stay.
Right. Well, and I hear too is that there's so many memories tied up in the home. You raised your children, or you may have been raised as a child in that home, and then you took over the home from your parents, or you just have all these memories. And it's nice to be able to keep people in that familiar area, especially if they start to have memory issues or other things that are the epidemics of the elderly.
Yep.
It's unfortunate that we're living longer, and we just need a little bit of help along the way.
Yeah.
So fantastic. So you grew up here in Minnesota.
Yep.
Okay. And you were in corporate healthcare or corporate health.
Yes.
For a while.
Yep.
Okay. And
so in healthcare, working on businesses that help seniors, but very far removed. I consider us a healthcare company, 101 Mobility.
Oh, yeah.
And so in some ways we're not clinicians, but we're helping people be healthy and stay safe.
Yeah, yeah. Do you partner with the state at all to help? Sometimes people are looking for help. They don't know where to go, where to turn, and sometimes there's agencies that will partner with people like yourselves.
Yes.
Is that a relationship that you have with some of the agencies in the Minnesota area or not?
We do. So we're a DHS-approved provider, which means we can modify people's homes that are on a Minnesota waiver. So the waiver program in Minnesota, there's things like the caddy waiver or the elderly waiver.
Right.
And if you work with the case manager at your county, you can have some of the products that we do installed and paid for by the state.
Yeah.
And we're really involved in that. That's a big piece of our business.
Yeah, I think that's an underutilized, maybe an area that a lot of people just don't know much about.
Yeah, a lot of people don't.
And especially with adult children, I talk to them all the time. The sandwich generation, they're raising their kids, but they're also taking care of their parents.
Yeah.
And a lot of times they just don't know what resources are out there either. Even just from a safety standpoint, with someone, because here's the problem: you're so used to your environment, you don't realize all these trip hazards and all these potential fall issues, and that's what puts people in the hospital.
Yes.
In fact, that's what puts people in hospice at some point. Is if they have a bad enough fall, sometimes they won't let they can't do the surgeries or whatever. So prevention is so critical in the seniors world.
That's, I mentioned, we're a healthcare company. We're proactive. We want to work with people before they have a fall, not after.
Right, right. Well, and that's one of the things I know we, in the setup here for the show, I was reading, you have free consultations. So there's really no reason why people shouldn't reach out to you, do a consultation. Do you go to their home then?
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Okay. So I'd come to your home. I'd assess your home. I'd talk to you about what you struggle with, and then I'd give you some different options and make recommendations, whether that's something in the bathroom or a stair lift for a flight of stairs.
Yeah.
We're the Swiss Army knife of home accessibility. So, kind of whatever you need, we can provide it.
Yeah. Well, it's one thing to go online and try to buy something, walkers or things to help people, but when you're going to install something, you want to make sure it's done right.
Yeah.
A misinstalled device or support can be a disaster as well.
Yeah, absolutely. There's
Go ahead.
Little things. Like for example, when installing a stair lift, you need it to extend well beyond the steps so it's easy and safe to get off.
On a landing.
Yes.
Yeah, right. All right. Well, Peter, the music is cueing us out here. It's time for a short break. We'll be right back to continue our conversation with Peter Theron. And he's owner of 101 Mobility of Eden Prairie, and he's here discussing different home safety products to help you restore your independence and freedom. From grab bars to elevators, these solutions help support older adults age in place and live well at home. 101 Mobility has an array of safety solutions and provides free home consultations. If you have a question for Peter, please give us a call, 952-946-6205, or text us at 612-999-3426. I'm Ken Hageland, and you are listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well.
It's no secret that medical care costs are soaring, with nursing home and skilled nursing care costs being some of the highest. You don't have to deplete your savings in order to receive long-term care. At Schroman Law, we work with families to develop and implement strategic planning for medical assistance for long-term care, for assisted living, nursing home care, or home-based care. Contact us today to schedule a free consultation at schromenlaw.com. That's SCHROMEN law.com.
Hey, AM 950, this is JP Derpagosian, and I'll be filling in for Matt McNeil this Monday. I'll do my best because, let's be honest, there is only one Matt McNeil. It's crunch time for this election with less than 30 days to go. So my guests will be Allison Page, who's running for the Wisconsin Assembly, and Matt Caffrey, who's the Senior Director of Organizing at Swing Left. Plus special guest Dale Stark from Hennepin Arts and AM 950's very own Philip Anthony will join me. On top of that, we'll be giving away tickets to Harry's Situation at the Landmark Theater, so see you this Monday at 3 p.m.
Hey, this is Ellie Krug with Ellie 2.0 Radio. Did you know that we've been doing this show for 6 years on AM 950? And it's one of the only, I think it may be the only show about idealism in all of Radioland. And now the show's at 4 o'clock on Saturdays and still from 1 to 2 on Sundays. It'll be part of a new concept, a series of LGBTQ hosted shows and podcasts. Make sure to check it out.
Hi, I'm Mary T., inviting you to experience our integrative Mary T. Health and Wellness Center, offering physical, occupational, speech, and lymphedema therapies. Experience our guided imagery, meditation, Tibetan medicine, dry needling, massage services, including cupping and oncology massage. Sign up for our free wellness screenings and learn more at marytwellness.com. All major health insurance providers are accepted. Come for therapy. Experience wellness.
Next time on Philosophy Talk, the life and thought of Anna Julia Cooper.
Born into slavery, Cooper attended the Sorbonne and became the fourth African American in history to earn a Ph.D.
In her book, A Voice from the South, she showed how the lives of black women are affected by race, gender, and class.
How cool is it to kick off our second season of Wise Women with her?
Anna Julia Cooper, next time on Philosophy Talk.
Catch Philosophy Talk every Sunday morning at 8 on AM 950, the progressive voice of Minnesota.
Hi, Penny here from Nightingale in Minneapolis. Exciting news! During the warmer months, we're extending our charm to the patio. Imagine savoring your favorite dishes outside, surrounded by the lively energy of South Minneapolis near 26th and Lyndale. And guess what? Nightingale's patio is not just a dining space, it's also dog-friendly. Craft cocktails, curated wines, and half-price bottles of wine on Mondays are still part of the deal. Open daily 5 p.m. to 1 a.m. with a full menu until midnight. Join us at Nightingale, where good times and great flavors come together.
All right, welcome back, folks. You are listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well, where we talk about helping you and your loved ones improve and enjoy your quality of life. And this show today is talking right to those topics. My name is Ken Haglund, and joining me today in the main studio at AM 950 Radio is Peter Farron. He is the owner of 101 Mobility of Eden Prairie. And he is here discussing different home safety products to help you restore not only yours, but your parents or your loved ones' independence and freedom. If you have a question for us, please give us a call, 952-946-6205, or text us at 612-999-3426. Well, Peter, how can our listeners contact your organization and you if they have questions or want more information?
Yeah, they can call us directly at 612-662-0116. Also encourage everybody to check out our website, 101mobility.com. You can see the different products that we carry. There's a lot of information on there. You can help educate yourself.
Yeah, there is a lot of information. It's a great website. So you've got, all kinds of stuff here. Wow. So, all right. So do you do commercial work as well then, or primarily residential?
Primarily residential, but we can also do commercial.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Well, we talked about you. We talked about kind of the inspiration that you had to get into this and to own your own business, which congratulations to doing that. That's a big issue. That's a tough challenge these days. So let's talk about the services that you provide to people. And why don't you just overview that for us?
Yeah, so the kind of core products we provide include stair lifts, both straight stair lifts and curved stair lifts. We do ramps, from small threshold ramps to 30-foot aluminum ramps. We do bathroom modifications, simple things like grab bars and taller toilet, to complete remodels and installing a walk-in shower or walk-in bath. We also do platform lifts for people in wheelchairs. And we can do home elevators too.
Okay. So are you guys like a construction company? Are you a builder?
Mix.
Yeah.
We're like a mix. It's we're installing equipment generally, which goes in easy. Usually, there's usually not a lot of modification that's necessary to the home, but then at times there is. So like on a bathroom remodel, yes, there's a lot more construction with that, but a stair lift, those are very simple, and it's just attaching to your existing steps.
Right. Do you, depending upon the city, do you have to get a permit to do some of those remodel work?
Yes, absolutely. There's for bathrooms, there's permits even for stair lifts in the state of Minnesota. You have to have a permit pulled for putting in a stair lift. So,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I'd say probably 70% of our work requires a permit. Yep.
Okay, all right. And that's something that you guys do then, or does the homeowner?
We take care of it.
You take care of it. Okay,
yep.
Full service.
Yep, full service.
All right. Let's. I know. Especially with the older homes. Well, even the newer homes. They're multi-level.
Yeah.
Whether it's a split level, or you got a finished basement, or it's a 2-story. And again, a lot of these homes were built not with mobility in mind. I mean, they just assume that you're going to be able to walk up 14 flights of stairs or go down, and that's where a lot of accidents happen to stairs, especially going downstairs.
Yes.
Going upstairs is not as bad. You can just, you fall about 1.5 feet.
Yeah.
But going downstairs can be a real problem. So stair lifts, I know they've been around for quite a while. What are some considerations that people should be thinking about when they maybe reach out to you and say, hey, I'd like to be able to get the ability to sit on a seat and have the lift take me up to the second floor where the laundry room is or where the bedroom is?
Yep. Yeah, so things to consider is the manufacturer, the warranty that's provided on the equipment, who's installing it, how long is their warranty to install it? And then also, what is your staircase look like? So there's many staircases. There's a platform in between two sets of stairs.
Oh, going different angles maybe.
Yeah, going different angles. And so sometimes you can do 2 straight stair lifts. In other scenarios, for example, like if you would struggle to transfer from one stair lift to the next stair lift, there's custom stair lifts that are designed specifically for your steps, and they're curved stair lifts. They're quite a bit more expensive. But there's, many things to consider.
Well, and expense is really a relative thing, because if you're looking at, you want to stay in your home.
Yeah.
And maybe the home's paid for, or, you're settled in there. To be able to have access to your home is going to be really important.
Yeah, and when you think about the cost of moving, realtor fees, hiring a mover.
Well, you got to then touch up the place too.
Exactly.
Curb appeal and the painting,
landscape,
fixing, and right.
Yeah, and so to your point, it is relative, and those are a lot of the people that we work with that say, "Hey, I want to stay in my home," and like we talked about earlier, I can be healthier in my home, and if I were to move, there would be all this expense that is in no way an investment, and so I'd like to purchase a stair lift and stay right here.
Right. Is that? Do you see that being more of a trend, that people are doing more stair lifts, or are you seeing? What are you seeing in terms of some of the things or the needs that people are asking you for, just in general? I know bathrooms are a big issue because there's water. Again, you made a good point. I don't know, for whatever reason, they make these toilets so short in the past, where you have to be an Olympic weightlifter to try to get down and up again. Yeah. That's tough.
Yeah. Trends. So I think most popular product is probably a stair lift. And I think stair lift popularity really took off during COVID times. And then also, broadly, the healthcare system is moving towards more care in the home.
That's right.
And so just naturally, stair lift use is increasing.
Yeah.
And as you mentioned, same thing with the bathroom. Bathroom's one of the most dangerous places in your home. So
that's what I heard. More accidents happen in the bathroom.
It's wet.
It's wet, and right. It's just, that's the nature of the bathroom.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the music's cueing us out here, Peter. It's time for a short break, everyone. We'll be right back to continue our conversation with Peter Farron, owner and expert of 101 Mobility of Eden Prairie. And here's a guy that has a passion for helping you stay safe at home. And he's discussing different home safety products to help you restore and maintain your independence and your freedom. From grab bars to elevators, these solutions help support older adults age in place, and that is so important to so many people. If you have a question, please give us a call, 952-946-6205, or text us at 612-999-3426. I'm Ken Hageland, and you are listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well.
If the statistics say that 1 in 3 Native women and 1 in 6 Native men have experienced sexual assault in their lifetime, it means our whole community is affected by sexual violence. 1 is too many. Don't stand by. Stand up. Don't engage in acts of sexual violence, and shut down the dirty jokes, the gossip, the victim blaming and shaming. As a community, we can change the way we respond. Contact the Minnesota Indian Women's Sexual Assault Coalition to attend a workshop to learn more.
Sponsored by the Minnesota Indian Women's Sexual Assault Coalition.
It's an absolute must for any true foodie. Vinaigrette at 50th and Xerxes in South Minneapolis offers premium oils and vinegars for the most discriminating of tastes. This is Sarah Piepenberg, owner of Vinaigrette. We bottle on-site, there's no guesswork, and you get to taste test each and every oil and vinegar we offer. Our direct relationship with the growers ensures an uncompromised level of satisfaction. When you need to know you're cooking with the finest ingredients, first contact the independently owned Vinaigrette, 50th and Xerxes in South Minneapolis. Online at vinaigrettemn.com.
This is Andy Addo, your host of Twin Cities Pride Amplified, inviting you to join us this Saturday at 3 p.m. as we get to know Alexis and Dejan from Family Equality. They are planning a huge Midwest Family Fun weekend this October, and we'd like to share all the details with you. Pizza parties, donuts and drag, and making connections with other community families. That's all coming up this Saturday at 3 p.m. right here on AM 950, the progressive voice of Minnesota.
This is Chad, owner of AM 950, here to tell you about the exterior construction company I trust, Snap Construction. If your home was hit with the most recent storms, trust the most well-reviewed exterior construction company, Snap Construction, for a free home inspection.
This is Ryan, owner of Snap Construction. There are a lot of great construction companies in town. My advice is to take your time and do your research. Make sure they are locally owned and that they guarantee their craftsmanship for life. Also, you want to find a company that's been in business for at least 10 years. You want to work with a company that's going to be there long after the work is done. Snap Construction has handled thousands of claims, and we'll help you through the process.
Don't go with the out-of-town fly-by-night contractor. Most storm damage goes missed by the untrained eye. Trust Snap Construction for your free storm damage evaluation. For your free storm damage evaluation, call Snap Construction at 612-333-SNAP or visit them online at snapconstruction.com. That's 612-333-SNAP or snapconstruction.com.
This is Robert Pilot of Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake, weekdays at 5 p.m. On our show, you'll hear about Native issues like treaties, protecting Mother Earth, and holding our elected officials accountable. Weekly correspondents like Dr. Stately, State Senator Mary Kunesh, Robert Lilligren, and Bob Blake update us with the latest news from Turtle Island. Native issues are human issues, and human issues are Native issues. Listen weekdays at 5 p.m. or watch the show on Native Roots Radio's social media accounts. Ho-wah!
With a look at your AM 950 weather, I'm Patrick Lilia. Partly sunny today with a high of 63, then tonight partly cloudy with a low of 45. Maverick's Real Roast Beef is known for their namesake sandwiches, but don't miss out on their other great offerings like the chicken, fish, Philly steak, and brisket. Mavericks is located in Roseville off Lexington Avenue, 1 mile south of Highway 36. Visit their website at mavericksbeef.com.
AM 950 KTN up, St. Louis Park, Minneapolis, St. Paul.
Welcome back, everyone. You are listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well, where we talk about helping you and your loved ones improve and enjoy your quality of life. My name is Ken Haglund, and joining me today is Peter Farron. He is the owner of 101 Mobility of Eden Prairie, and he's here discussing the different home safety products to help you and your loved ones restore their independence and freedom. Before we return to our conversation with Peter Farron, I want to mention this radio show is brought to you in part each week by Minnesota Hospice. Minnesota Hospice is an independent, locally owned medical practice serving our Twin Cities communities with comprehensive end-of-life health care. The team at Minnesota Hospice provides patients and family members with award-winning end-of-life health care services. You may not be aware that hospice brings compassionate medical, social, emotional, and spiritual services to your home with typically no cost to you or your family. Please do not wait to learn how hospice care can benefit you and your loved ones. If you have any questions regarding end-of-life care or support, please contact the compassionate team of experts at Minnesota Hospice. They are available to answer your questions 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They have a registered nurse standing by to take your phone call. Once again, their number is 952-898-1022, 952-898-1022, or simply visit them online at minnesotahospice.com. All right, let's return to our conversation with Peter. If you have a question for us, please give us a call, 952-946-6205, or text us at 612-999-3426. All right, Peter, how can our listeners contact you and your organization if they have questions or want more information?
Yeah, you can go to our website, 101mobility.com, or give us a call, 612-662-0116.
All right, and I would really encourage people to check out your website. I mean, it's got so many examples and pictures Peter and I were talking off the air about the stair lifts and how that's such a fast-growing trend to help people utilize all of their home, not just one level. And they've got curved stair lifts. They got outdoor stair lifts, which are great, so people can get out and do their gardening and yard work and things. Stair lifts, straight stair lifts. Boy, just tons of things here. And it's one of the largest components of Peter's business is helping people make use of their home. We also were talking off the air, Peter, about lifts in homes, and that's becoming more popular. So people can get from one level to the other just by going through an elevator or a lift inside the house.
Yeah, specifically the product that's gaining a lot of popularity is a through-the-floor elevator. And so that's not necessarily a residential elevator. It looks more like a tube, and you cut a hole in the floor, you attach brackets, you set up the tube, and now you have an elevator that can serve you 2 stops. So from your main level to upstairs, or from upstairs to your basement.
Oh, wow. And they come in different sizes. So we were talking that they actually have a size that allows a person who's in a wheelchair to be able to go into the elevator and get up or down wherever they need to go.
Yeah, exactly. The smallest one is pretty tight. It's only probably 36 by 36, but there's many different size options, with the largest being able to accommodate a wheelchair.
Okay. And we were talking off there too about what are the price ranges for things like a stair lift, and then as you go all the way up to an in-house elevator system. Just what kind of price ranges are the listeners looking at then?
Yeah, for stair lifts, you're looking for a standard straight stair lift that's $3,000 to $5,000. A curved stair lift is $15,000 to $20,000.
Because you may have a landing.
Yeah, and it's customized for your home.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Yeah, whereas a straight stair lift is mass manufactured.
Okay. And then the number of stairs that can accommodate, is that typically 12 to 14 stairs, or?
It's up to 20 feet.
Okay. So it's quite a high level. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we've never been able to not install one. There hasn't been. Yeah.
Okay. And then the in-house elevator systems, what do those range then?
Yeah, for the through-the-floor elevators that we're talking about, those $35,000 to $50,000.
Okay.
And then for a residential elevator that looks more like a real elevator that you'd find in a building, those can be $50,000 plus.
Okay. Do the elevators ever go outside the house?
They can, yeah. You can build a shaft on the exterior of a home and then install the elevator in that shaft.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. And you have your own team of people that does the installations. So you're not subbing out to people that you don't know who they are. You mean it's your own team, it's your own...
Yeah, we got 3 employees plus me.
Yeah.
And we do all of our own work.
Wow. It's nice to know the people that are doing the work.
Yeah.
Especially when it's doing something as important as this to help seniors, also help the adult children know that their parents have access and mobility and safety. And I want to emphasize too, people should not hesitate to call you, because you'll provide free consultations.
Absolutely.
You'll take all your experience and look at it for their home. And it's amazing how people who have grown up in a home don't realize some of the opportunities to improve the quality of life and the safety of a home. Just they've walked around the cords and the trip hazards, and, all these different things. And isn't it amazing how a stair or two, or a sunken this or sunken that, can really restrict people's access to and from their home?
Yeah,
that's why just something simple as a ramp, like you said earlier, they can make a night and day difference. People that all of a sudden are willing to get out of their house because there's no fear that they can't get back in their house.
Yeah, 3 steps will prevent somebody from leaving their home.
That's right.
And we work with people who have 3 steps and they're in a wheelchair, and they might not leave for the winter.
Right.
So, simple things like a ramp can provide freedom and independence to a lot of people.
Yeah. Well, and it's now today, as through the COVID and lockdowns and things, you can get everything delivered to you. but I don't know if that's always. It's very convenient. But I don't know if it's always the healthiest or the best.
Oh, you got to get out.
You got to get out.
You got to get out, see the sun.
I mean, right, and just come across people, and I mean, there's just especially during the upcoming holiday season. It's so great to get out and just experience the wonderful holiday season. So, yeah. Well, that's. I mean, it's just amazing how sometimes such little things can create a barrier for freedom and enjoyment. Well, let's talk about who are your clients and customers. Who typically calls you and kind of what are they typically looking for, or what prompts them to call you guys?
Yeah, we get a lot of calls from seniors, folks that maybe have had a fall or are concerned about their loved one. We get a lot of calls from people with disabilities, children with disabilities.
Sure.
Also, others that have degenerative diseases like MS or ALS, and so it's very diverse. You'd be working in the business, you're just shocked by how many people are affected by mobility and accessibility issues.
Sure, yeah. No, I think, and the percentages are growing
they are.
dramatically. Yeah, especially with the elderly, the epidemic of just neurodegenerative diseases is just exploding, and boy, to have them again maintain as much independence as possible is so important for quality of life, and it's also a savings of costs. If you have to move out and go to assisted living or things, there's now that cost you have to accommodate, and so to stay in the home a little bit longer and make an investment in the home with your services and your products makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I've heard that. I heard the stat that the average facility, like you mentioned, assisted living in the Twin Cities is $85,000 a year. And so, I mean, that's a lot of money.
Right. So putting in an elevator to extend the use of the home for another couple of years or even a year makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and elevators, because they're becoming more popular and they can add value to your home.
Yeah.
Not as much as a stair lift. Not as many people will pay more for a house because it has a stair lift, but an elevator they will.
Absolutely, right. Because all of a sudden now it really takes, again, you have so much more accessibility.
Mm-hmm.
And whether, again, the laundry's on the second floor or the basement or whatever, it's just the life needs that a person has just really extends itself. Yeah. That's fantastic. All right. What are frequently asked questions your clients may have?
A lot of people want to know the price. What's the price? We talked a little bit about that. People also ask about financing. How can we finance? And we do work with different financing partners. We also offer rentals, both renting stair lifts and ramps. Generally, rentals do make sense if you only need the stair lift, for example, for a short period of time. So some folks that are coming out of maybe a knee surgery, they only need it for 3 months. And in those situations, they would rent a stair lift from us. We've also had sometimes when parents are moving to a new home that maybe is more accessible, they might be staying with a loved one in between. And those are other reasons, right? Their mom's, staying with her daughter, and she's going to be in the room in the basement for a couple months. And so those are great reasons to choose a rental over purchase.
And how long is that rental term typically?
It can be from 2 months to 2 years. It just kind of depends on what people need. As I mentioned, it generally makes most sense if you're doing a rental to do it less than a year. But we do offer rent to own, so we do have people that are renting for longer with the intent to purchase.
Okay, and so it kind of looks at the nice thing about it is give people flexibility.
Yeah, flexibility.
That's so looking for whatever term length of time that the parents or the loved ones will be in the home. You have that flexibility. Yeah. All right. Well, we got more questions, and we'll get to those after the break. We'll be right back to continue our conversation with Peter Farron, owner of 101 Mobility of Eden Prairie. and he's here talking about the different home safety products to help you restore your independence and freedom. If you have a question, please give us a call, 952-946-6205, or text us at 612-999-3426. I'm Ken Hageland, and you're listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well.
Do you have a loved one who is not receiving the care that they deserve at their current memory care facility? I'm Aiden Helene, Director of Community Relations here at the Welshire, and I meet with families every single day who are struggling with poor staffing, missed medications, poor personal cares, and an absence of engagement from consistent activities. 85% of our residents at the Welshire are coming from other memory care facilities that could not meet their care needs. Not all memory care is created equally, and if this is something your family is experiencing, I encourage you to come visit our community of well-being and see the Welshire difference, where we promise that your loved one will live with pride and dignity. The Welshire has 24/7 nursing, a robust activities team that provides activities 7 days a week, and when the diagnosis takes a 9-to-5 approach, so will we. Book a tour at welshiremn.com and see our community of well-being in action. That's welshiremn.com. Again, that's welshiremn.com.
Overwhelmed trying to make sense of Medicare? As a licensed advisor, I can help you determine your healthcare needs and evaluate your options. I'm Harvey Pearl of Pearl & Company, and I want you to have the peace of mind knowing you have the best coverage available. You deserve an advocate you can trust and coverage you can rely on. And there's no fee, ever. Annual enrollment is October 15th through December 7th. Find me at pearlsofwisdom.com. That's PERLES of wisdom.com. So we can strategize together.
End-of-life decisions are not easy to make. Hi, I'm Mary T. of Mary T. Hospice Care. It's important to make sure that this difficult time is meaningful and comforting to you and your loved ones. Our hospice team provides an individualized program of physical, emotional, spiritual, and practical care so your loved one is comfortable and not in pain. At Mary T. Hospice, we understand that choosing the right hospice care provider can be overwhelming, but we're here to assist you. Learn more today at marytinc.com.
Minnesotans age 65 plus might qualify for Health Partners Minnesota Senior Health Options. The plan includes personal support, coverage for medical, prescription drugs, and dental, plus over 30 extra benefits. Eligibility information is available at healthpartners.com/oneplan. Health Partners is a health plan that contracts with both Medicare and the Minnesota Medical Assistance Medicaid program to provide benefits of both programs to enrollees. Enrollment in Health Partners depends on contract renewal.
Peace of mind shouldn't cost a fortune. We keep things simple at Schroman Law because we believe planning for your estate and end-of-life care shouldn't be stressful or expensive. Every client relationship starts with a free consultation so clients have the information they need before making important decisions. From there, we work closely with clients to ensure they are choosing the most efficient and cost-effective plans for their specific needs. Schedule a free consultation today at schromenlaw.com. That's SCHROMEN law.com.
All right, folks, welcome back. You are listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well, where we talk about helping you and your loved ones improve and enjoy your quality of life. My name is Ken Hageland, and joining me today is Peter Theron, owner of 101 Mobility of Eden Prairie, and he's here discussing different home safety products and solutions to help you and your loved ones restore your independence and freedom. If you have a question for us, please give us a call, 952-946-6205, or text us at 612-999-3426. Peter, how can our listeners contact you and your organization if they have questions or want more information?
You can visit our website at 101mobility.com or call us at 612-662-0116.
All right. Let's talk about family dynamics.
Yeah,
that comes up a lot in my business and in other people's businesses that are helping support the this great generation we have of seniors, what are the misunderstandings or apprehensions that people have about your services, your products, you're coming into their home? What are things that you run into that maybe adult children would be helpful to learn to help them encourage their parents to maybe make some modifications or changes?
Yeah, I think a lot of the people that I work with have a lot of pride, and they don't necessarily want a stair lift. They want to be strong. They're strong-willed. They want to do it their way, and I think it's unfortunate because often then people delay, and then they have a fall, and then they want a stair lift or a grab bar in their bathroom. And I think a lot of children with aging parents deal with that. They want mom or dad to get a stair lift because they know it's dangerous and they live out of state. And it takes them, many of them, a long time to convince their parents that they need it.
Oh my gosh, I've heard stories.
Yeah. It's I have customers that I've talked to for 3 to 6 months. And I check in with them and say, oh, we're still trying to convince them, Yeah. And I also, too, I've had folks who I've visited them, and they've said, yeah, we're thinking about it. And then they've called me urgently a couple weeks later to say, hey, we had the fall. It's like, we need this. Can we have it tomorrow?
Right, right. Well, what's sometimes unknown to people is when there is an event, a fall event or something happens, and your loved one goes to the hospital, and the hospital says, well, okay, there's a broken hip or something. Are they able to return home and safely recover at home? And it's surprising how many times they can't.
Yeah.
They can't go back home. And so that's why I said earlier in the show, prevention is so critical. Spend the $3,000 to $5,000 on lifts so that they can get down the stairs. It just takes, especially with carpeted stairs, it's just so easy to just misstep. You're carrying something down the stairs, you got laundry in your hands, and all of a sudden you take that fall, and it can really be, life-threatening. Absolutely. We've had people that come on our service because of a fall.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, they can't do surgery on the hip because the heart can't take the surgery, or there's some other issue that's going on, and all of a sudden people's lives are changed. Mm-hmm. And so anything you can do to help deflect that, defer that, and like you say, just give you a call, have you stop by, put your expertise on the situation, and give them some encouragement. And you can be, again, as an outsider, you can really be an advocate for the adult children that are anxious and nervous. I've talked to so many adult children over the years in that sandwich generation. They're taking care of their kids, they're taking care of their parents, and boy, if they can just have some peace of mind that the parents, they have a safe environment, they can manage their lives and have that mobility and that access, boy, that's a lot of peace of mind.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure.
Yeah, and I'm sure many, many adult children can appreciate that. I want to make sure that people understand how easy it is to get a hold of you. Why don't you remind us then how to get a hold of you and your organization?
Yeah, best way to do it is just give us a call, 612-662-0116. When you call, the first person you're going to talk to is me, and I would be happy to come out to your place, give you my perspective, share with you options, and as we said before, it's no obligation.
Yeah. Well, and you've got somebody here who is just passionate about serving you and making sure that your home or your parents' home is safe. So you're not working with some subcontractor of somebody who doesn't know anybody. This is the owner of the business, and I just love having people like you on the show because you are so passionate about doing the right thing.
Yeah, that's, I think, one of the reasons to go with One-on-One Mobility is that I'm here, I'm working in the business. If you have an issue, you call and you talk to the owner, and I can make anything happen. we'll be there immediately to fix, whatever your situation might be.
Right. So I would encourage people to go to the website, 101mobility.com. There's products, there's patient lifts, there's stair lifts, there's just all kinds of great information. I mean, things that people wouldn't necessarily even know exist to help. Like we said earlier, especially in the bathroom, with grab bars and helping facilitate, people using the toilet or, having a safe shower environment. I think those are some great ideas. And again, they typically can be a positive thing for the value of the home when they're installed.
Yeah, one of the really cool new products that's come out is called the Shower Glide. And it helps people get into the shower that have an existing bathtub. So stepping over the bathtub is a place where a lot of people can take a fall. And with this unit, it's fairly inexpensive. You sit on it, and then it glides you over the top of the bathtub. So you do need to be able to lift your legs up. But again, that's just a simple product. It's low cost, and it can make your home a lot safer.
Yeah, right. Well, again, not be a barrier to proper hygiene and keeping clean and feeling good. I mean, there's just so many positive benefits to things like that. I've heard over the years, too, that, the step-in tubs are fine. That's nice. But the problem is when you're emptying the tub,
it takes a while,
and then a person gets cold while they're sitting there.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
So again, there's great things here. It's time to go here. Peter, thank you so much for being here today.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
This has been a great information for all of us. All right, folks. I want to thank Peter Farron, owner of 101 Mobility of Eden Prairie, for being here today discussing different home safety products to help you restore your or your loved one's independence and freedom. We hope you enjoyed today's show, folks. Please contact us with any questions or comments you have regarding today's conversation. You can reach us anytime by voice or text at 612-999-3426. Join us again next Saturday at noon for another broadcast. And thank you for listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well, where we talk about your health and your life. Until next time, choose to live well.